them and I throw you into the water, and that's my day. That's what people teach us. It's fucking retarded. Yeah. It's not gonna work. I fucking taught someone how to swim in 3 weeks. No biggie. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing.
No, I took them into the water and I like held their hand, like made sure like they made the right moves and bullshit.
The problem is panicking, right? A lot of people panic when they get in the water. Like, I mean, I kind of know a little bit on how to swim because I kind of just force myself to get in the water and not be afraid. That's the only way to really learn is you have to get rid of that fear. If you have that fear, you're not going to be able to swim because you will struggle underwater and then you'll just like sink. It's like quicksand, right? The more you struggle, the more you sink. I also like you have the panicked breathing, so there's like less oxygen in you, and then you like sink down. It's really annoying.
The only reason I can swim is because I loved swimming when I was a kid. And now I hate it. Like now, whenever someone's like, "Let's go swimming," I'm like, "For fuck's sake, I don't want to go swimming." You go do whatever you want. I'm not gonna go swimming.
Well, my apartment has a swimming pool upstairs. I should probably use it.
Swimming pools, they're way too restrictive, I think. And swimming pools are way too small and restrictive. And then, like, when you swim out in the open, you have to, like, apply sunscreen, and or else you get, like, fucking burnt to crisp. And I don't like that either. If there was, like, a way for me to swim outside, without putting on sunscreen, and it was, like, the water wasn't cold as shit, I might swim more often, but yeah, those three are kind of don't go along together.
I don't know, man. I don't use sunscreen when I go into the fucking ocean. No. Oh yeah, it's just getting used to it. It's just getting used to it, man. Like you go out into the ocean. It's gonna take you 2-3 hours, and you're hooked. And you get out of the ocean, and that's your day. You do this a bunch of times. And in less than a year, you're going to be set to go in the ocean as much as you want. No sunscreen. I don't wear sunscreen. Not zero.
I generally just don't like the sun either.
Why? You literally need it. You literally need it. It's energy.
I know you need it. I know you need it, but I just don't.
Well, that's great for you. Vitamin D.
Yeah, I know. I know all the benefits, I know all the shit, I just don't like the sun.
Keeps you not depressed. What's wrong with the sun exactly? What's wrong with the sun? Yeah, what do you hate the sun? I love the sun. I like going outside.
Growing up in the Middle East, the sun was way too fucking warm.
Growing up in Asia where it's fucking sticky too. It's the worst.
Yeah. I
hated the sun when I was back in Malaysia.
Exactly.
I like it here. I like it here because like at least the wind here is cool and it's not, I don't feel sweaty when I go outside. In Asia, when you go outside, it doesn't matter if it's like a cloudy day, you're gonna fucking sweat. The humidity kills you because 24 feels like 35.
Also, at this point, I also live in like Western countries, right? Yeah. And Western countries, they're not like. This is kind of like an issue that's kind of happening. It's not just Western countries; it's most around the world. But like you leave the house, like it's a bit of like a. You don't know your neighbors. You don't know like the people walking around. Yeah, it's just not enjoyable to be outside.
You can always go to a cafe, get to know the people there.
Yeah, but you're not in the sun, then you're inside.
You're outside. Here's what you do. Get yourself like a Walkman or something.
The outside cafes are always dog shit.
No, here's what you do. If you want to go outside and take a walk, put on like a fucking Walkman or something. So it looks like Walkman, because it gives a specific aura of crackhead off about you. You just walk around shirtless. Oh, and just for your own POV, right? You have to listen to like a very specific song. You know what I mean? Can't do that in Rome, by the way. You can't be shirtless in Rome.
See ya in the smoking room.
Isn't that crazy, though? I mean, Rome has a no shirtless law.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, even men can't go shirtless in Rome. Yeah, it's true.
Bro, are they trying to cuck the gladiators? What the hell's that?
I don't know. But yeah, that's a law. That's literally a thing in Rome. I don't know about the rest of Italy, but in Rome, you cannot.
What about the beaches?
Beaches are fine.
Okay.
It's just a city.
What's the reasoning behind it?
I don't know. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say it's because maybe they don't want migrants taking off their shirts. I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't be shirtless in Rome. I think it's because it's like a historic city or something, you know. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
By the way, Adrian, do you like my Discord account?
What the fuck did you do? Okay, let's take a look. You're getting back at me about my milady thing, huh? Let's take a look at your account.
Check the name.
Finding it. Is it in general, I assume?
Yeah, go to general.
Copious Maximus. You just took my fucking profile picture, put it on, and says Copious Maximus. What the fuck? That is fantastic. Copious Maximus. What the fuck is wrong with you?
By the way, there was literally no way for me to get that profile picture in properly, right? So I tried to use like several sources to get like the full picture, but every place I was getting, I didn't know. Yeah. So I basically got it from Discord, which was like a low resolution picture, which Discord wouldn't accept. And I had to, using AI, upscale that shit. Use that as the profile picture.
All that just to call yourself Copious Maximus, and you think that I'm coping?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I did it to troll you for the milady thing.
So, to troll me on it because they didn't like it, you became it.
Sure, why not?
Got him. That's how it works. Yeah. That's fucking funny as shit.
Kobe is an accent.
This could be a good screenshot. Just at that. Actually, no. Here's one. Just that. That is funny as shit. That is actually hilarious. Wow. Copious Maximus. Wow. Thank you.
What do you mean, thank you?
Okay. Have we talked about the DeepSeek nonsense today?
Yeah, we have talked about it, yes.
You have?
Yeah.
What do you think of the market just fucking crashing because people are so stupid they believe that, you know, they made this thing without H100s?
I think there's a deeper meaning behind it, but realistically, I think that the market correction is inevitable anyways, so this is just one of the signs.
I think either way, we don't know if they made it using H100s or not. Right now, it's like theories, right?
I mean,
but it is very clear from the paper that it is created specifically to be more efficient.
yeah,
Right? Like a lot of the methods that they were using are methods that are a lot more efficient.
yeah.
And you wouldn't really use a lot of those methods unless you were trying to be working on more limited resources.
True.
So I don't know. But we did talk to some people that said it wasn't actually far off from a lot of models that exist today in terms of cost. Because like a lot of the models that exist today, so it would cost like $50 million of GPUs and $10 million, $5 million worth of training. So like total cost of like 55 million or something, right? Whereas like if ChatGPT 4.0, 4 costs a lot more, but apparently 4.0, like one of the guys was estimating that it would be like 10 million.
It's a lot cheaper.
So yeah, 10 million for the training. So it's like, so it's not like the 100,000x, 100,000x like cheaper costs that people are talking about. Those costs are specifically for buying the GPUs themselves.
Yeah.
The billions of dollars are for buying the GPUs themselves, and
it's quite clear that they had them, right? I mean, they used that to train the model, because otherwise, how did they have such a massive base of information?
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I said they definitely have those GPUs because they used that to train their thing. You know, I mean, yeah, the models, right?
H100s or the H100s?
Yeah, the H100s. Yeah.
I would be very skeptical of them having H100s.
Well, they would have gotten it through Europe, probably. I mean, the way I look at it is...
I don't know how...
China has the means to buy them. They just do it through shell companies, you know. So you have a shell company in Europe that buys it from, like, another company that buys it from, like, a legitimate company, so...
Yeah, but the problem is NVIDIA doesn't even sell them to you, even if you're in Europe. Right. NVIDIA at this point only sells them to like the big companies that place like massive orders. So I would be skeptical that they would have that many H100s. What they probably did was they probably bought like a bunch of other GPUs that weren't under as much control, and they would be like no, not 4090s, like actual like data center ones.
Oh, okay, like H6000,
H800s, A1000s, things like that. But I'm skeptical that they would have H100s because at this point they're very hard to come by.
What do you think of that guy's statement? I forget, he's some AI guy, is a Chinese dude. He said that they probably have like 50,000 of them. He gave an interview.
No, I don't buy that. I wouldn't doubt that they have 50,000 or 100,000 GPUs, but I doubt they have that many H100s. They probably, I wouldn't doubt that they have the equivalent of 50,000 H100s, but I would be very skeptical that they would have 50,000 H100s.
Right, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Well, that's what you can do when you have the Chinese government backing you. You can buy as many GPUs as you want. It doesn't matter if they're H100s, they can literally buy 100,000 of, lesser cards.
But they also are clearly very intelligent, right?
Yeah, they are, of course.
We were
not diminishing what they did.
Yeah, they were, so these people apparently, they started they have like a hedge fund. And the hedge fund is actually a very successful hedge fund. Like, it's made a shit ton of money, and it's done it purely through AI, right?
Crazy.
So they just took some of the people that have done AI to make money, and they just put them on this project.
Nice.
Right. So when you're talking about like making money in a market, and you're taking one of the most successful quant firms on the planet, right?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing with AI, right?
Yeah. It's not like they stole it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked with John, and he said he was trying to do something very specific with CUDA, and none of the models were able to help him with the CUDA problem other than DeepSeek. So not Claude, not ChatGPT. Only DeepSeek was able to help him. So at the very least, they're clearly doing something right. And in my experience also, a lot of AIs, especially like if you take Llama for example, it kind of sucks at other languages. DeepSeek also seems to do much better at other languages as well. So it's kind of like the ideal all-around model, and you actually have the weight you can write to yourself.
Yeah, that's locally.
Yeah,
that's efficient. Well, that's not good for NVIDIA, for their stock at least.
I think they'll be fine. I think that's kind of overblown. I think that's kind of overblown.
I mean, I think XAI just spent like what, 700 million or something today on more stuff. Yeah. So they're not. They don't care about the market.
Yeah, you have to realize that a lot of the GPUs that are being bought now aren't being spent on the current models, like the 4.0s and whatever. They're being spent for future models. Right. So we haven't actually seen the effect of all of those GPUs. The billions and billions of dollars of GPUs. We haven't actually seen the effect of those GPUs coming into AI.
Yeah, and the stuff that they're doing with it is going to be more than just LLMs, right? I mean, look at XAI. They're making video games, and that's the plan, right? And pretty sure you're going to need a lot of GPUs for that. Can't just be doing that with 4090s. So the long term looks bullish. Short term, well, people act like idiots in short term.
By the way, Adrian, I need to step out for like an hour. I'll be back.
Survive the life. Water dry.
Something came up. I have to step out for like an hour.
Alright, fine. Sure.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's what?
Oh, it's that guy, right?
Dude, I was looking at my server. Like, when you person joined, it's like, who the fuck joined? Oh, it's that guy. Yeah. Cool.
That guy.
It's June. So I'm out in June. There's a guy we spoke to yesterday. Remember? Like we spoke to him?
I wasn't here.
Not you, Bryce, remember?
Yeah. Oh, he joined?
No, it was the AI guy.
I heard you deleted your account, or you added people that you deleted them.
It was just me speaking to him. Sorry, I must have forgotten. Yeah.
I don't know.
I was like in a signal call with him. Remember that? You probably weren't there for that either. I got confused. I was like having a chat with Elliot.
Yeah.
That's why we came to the discussion of Stairwell Steve.
Who is Stairwell Steve? What is
Stairwell
Stairwell
Steve?
Steve?
What is Stairwell Steve? It's a crackhead in San Francisco that used to lounge around the stairwell where Elliot was at. Well, but still is actually. And they described to me how they got rid of him in many ways because the guy's basically a crackhead and he basically did a whole bunch of things, including throwing all his fucking crack pipes into the fucking stairwell. So they decided, hey, we're gonna fucking clean this thing out, and they decided to just clean the whole place up one day. Got a few buckets of stuff, and just washed it all down, bro. Dipped before I even got to the point of that. Now there's no more Stairwell Steve. You have to keep Stairwell Steve away from him. That's Stairwell Steve. Stairwell Steve is a crackhead that did crack in the stairwell. Their hacker house. So that's cool.
Hey, the fake Scott Bessent account got suspended.
Who the fuck is? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was using Scott Bessent's name and likeness and pretending to be him. Like his whole profile made him look like him. I thought it was him.
I quote tweeted it. I said, "Is this actually Scott Bessente's account?" Because it was saying stuff like, the U.S. Treasury will be backed by gold or something, and that's like, okay, that's not very fucking likely. Fuck no. So yeah, it got suspended just now. Nice.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, the shit that people do. And, the media's going to write about it. They're going to say, oh, because the blue checkmark system is not, it's been, everyone can buy a blue checkmark now. But the guy didn't have a blue checkmark, though. So that's another thing. That's probably a good thing. But my God.
Yeah, there's not a system, it's not a systemic problem necessarily with X as far as I'm aware. Like, the way that people get into places is logging, I think... You can clone sessions perhaps as well. It's one exploit that I've heard, but it's very difficult to do with X. The most common exploit is just a SIM swap, and SIM swaps are when you have say verification. So normally when you want to change